Ern, your auntie and your mama still mad at each other after all this time? Why? Is it because your auntie is light-skinned? Oh. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Atlanta, episode 4, season 4, Light Skinned. Now before we get into all things you still mad, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss families will hold a whole grudge, won't they? It be all like 20 years that went by and you still mad about something that happened in 85? Let it go. Let it go.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this episode. Now, Ern and his mother are on their way to church, this fine Sunday, but we can't even begin Sunday service with a little peace because Ern's mother can't help but think about stealing her father from her sister, who she feels like, as his caretaker, abuses her authority in deciding when, where, and how people can spend time with their own dad. Now, at first glance, just meeting Aunt Jeannie right off the back, she absolutely does. Now, did this give Ern's mom the right of way to speed off like that? Like, absolutely not. When she sped off in that car, I fell all the way the fuck out. But we all know Aunt Jeannie and we know this family. I love how it was Sunday and Ern was just absolutely starving, but there is never any time to get anything to eat on a Sunday. Like, don't you just hate that Sunday church ass hunger? Like, you just starving, but you can't eat until after church. Like, no, we ain't got no time for that. We ain't got no time. I fell out when Auntie Jean said, just, reach on in the bottom of my purse and get you a couple of cough drops if you that hungry. Like, oh, Granny, no, I don't want no peppermints. That is not a meal supplement. I recognized this family right away and felt like I saw a whole lot of my family in that car. Aunt Jeannie is, that church-going, judgmental, oh, you're living in sin, living out of wedlock, you should have married an honest woman, very, very backslider. Come on in this church and get saved. We know Auntie Jeannie, but nobody wants to hear what she has to say in that car, especially Ern's mom. You see that they have such torment stemming from years ago that is surrounding who got to spend time and when they got to spend time with their dad. They have allowed these thoughts and these things to fester so hard with their dad already in his old age, enough to need care from Aunt Jeannie. We are still very much so carrying around old feelings of discontent, anger, a little jealousy, clearly stemming from how their father treated them. From this episode, it's apparent that Ern's grandpa was a rolling stone. He had a few babies everywhere, so his time was very much limited. And the last thing that Ern's mother wants now is somebody else dictating when and where she can spend time with her dad. Don't be that way. And then we have Auntie Jean, on the other hand, just absolutely abusing her power as that caregiver, trying to constantly control everything. It seems like at this point in her life, she has consumed herself with her father taking care of him. And anybody trying to challenge that, you are throwing me off. I watch Criminal Minds. I know when somebody's up to something. I am so pissed off at the fact that my sister just sped off. Not only am I not leaving until I get some answers and I get my dad back, I'm following Ern because I know he has something to do with it and he's gonna lead me to his mother. Now, first of all, the praise dancers on stage were fucking it up to that Yolanda Adams on stage. Second of all, you can very much see that this pattern of behavior, all this resentment, all this anger, all this back and forth has been going on in their family for a very long time. Clearly, Ern and Al have had their share of it and they are tired of it. Especially Ern. Immediately, as soon as he got in the car to go to church, he was over it. Like, dang, Ma, I just knew that you going to pick up Auntie and Grandpa. Like, I am just not for this today. Following Ern to the studio because she needs all of these answers. I love how they kept just dismissing her like he is not a kid. There's no kid. There's a kid on kidnap. He's not a kid, like he's fine. She is absolutely not trying to hear it. Al is irritated. I love how she just cleared the studio. He was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. Everybody just leave because this is what and how it has always been. Random cameo from Gunna just sitting there. I was like, oh, I guess that's, before he got locked up. But he's here in the episode. But Auntie Jean is not only hilarious, but she is a few shades lighter than the rest of her siblings. And she feels like they always picked on her for this, always treated her different. It's because I'm light-skinned. Like, you can tell that this is something that has built up from way back when, because we have those dynamics in everybody's family where it's just like, oh, that's the light skin. Like, she thinks she's better, she thinks she's that, and you do tend to treat that relative with a little bit of disdain coming up and growing up because you don't know any better. And then there's the flip side of that coin of that other sibling or relative feeling like they're a little bit better just because they do have light skin. This could all be stemming from the father. With, Papa being a Rolling Stone, I'm positive that several of these siblings, with it sounding like it's more than the ones that we got to see on screen, probably all had different mothers. Did he choose to, spend more time with one kid like our Aunt Jeannie than, Ern's mom? We really don't know, but these are, outcomes that happen when you create broken homes, when you're a Rolling Stone, when you're having, kids all over the place. You can't manage to spend time with one without missing out on time with another. And sometimes these feelings grow and fester. You're angry at the wrong people to where you're carrying this weight around way off into your 50s and 60s. Ern and Al do not want this. It really made me think of, especially when we have Al say, hey, I'm just shooting the shit with you. I was just playing with you, Ern, when I said you could have taken her anywhere. It's just like, I don't want to end up like that. And I feel like not only this whole industry thing that we have going on within the episodes, it's also stemming from Al and Ernst, that beef that they kind of had, because Al feels like Ern wasn't there for him when his mother passed away. He was, kind of MIA at that moment. I don't want moments like that, or us maybe choosing different career paths, because we don't know what's going on with Al. I don't want, feelings of resentment to grow to where we are arguing, we're calling the cops, we're calling families, we're picking sides. Speaking of calling families, we got into, another sister, and we got Cat Williams here again as that uncle. I was low-key a little disappointed in his cameo. I thought that it would be a lot more. We would spend, a lot more time with him. Cat Williams is just a naturally funny guy, but I was really hoping that we would spend a significant, just give my man an extra 5 minutes just to shine. I think we all love the, that Alligator Man episode that Cat Williams is in. So I thought that maybe we would, get something not as, grand as that and dedicate an entire episode to him. But I just wanted more of him. Or maybe if we could have had, more of these type of situations in the past to know exactly what's going on here. But I think I got the gist of it. I love when we have the receptionist lead them to the Bobby Schmurder exit. And it's just like, don't look back. The key is to not look back and look forward. Like, don't look back into that. Move forward. Make your own decisions. It was also giving horror movie. Like, if you look back, you're gonna get caught. Don't look at her. Don't look directly in it, because you're gonna involve yourself. You're gonna get, all engrossed in this, family anger. Just move forward, keep walking, and she won't even notice you left. When we have the police finally get a hold to Ern's mom, and she puts the dad on the phone, she's like, he don't even know her. He's not even gonna know her name. He's like, I'm with my daughter, Gloria. I do know my daughter. And she's just shocked. And then he goes, yeah, we're in Egypt and we've been in Egypt for 2 weeks. That was so funny to me. Now, as far as Ernst Dad, we're on a completely different side. This is the second time where we have somebody going into the mall. This episode, he is trying to get a new phone, but he goes into the mall and, you know, of course comes out with, you know, what he didn't go in there for. And I love that element of the kiosk people. Don't they be on your ass? They be on your ass trying to sell you something. Leave me alone. Now, anytime we get to see Isaiah Whitlock Jr. anywhere and we can't get a shit, I feel a little cheated. I just need him to say that. But it's not about that. Now, we trying to get this phone. We chilling in the mall, taking our sweet time. We get distracted from getting our phone by this lovely kiosk woman tricking us and finessing us into getting this hat, this pimp ass hat with the cross on it. But you know, it's a special hat. You know, that's what they do at the kiosk. They make you feel special. He gets distracted for so long that not only does he not, you know, get the phone, but all the youth comes rushing in, all the youngins. This mall was practically deserted when he got there, trying to get there early, but now that church is let out, everybody is here. And he is trying so desperately to get out of that mall. And we can completely see why. With Ernst Dad, the storyline is just about, you know, the disrespect of today's culture. Feeling, you know, completely disconnected. We have some young man hounding him about a picture, just being really abrasive in the mall, like absolutely no manners, all for a picture, all to kind of disrespect him and make fun of him behind his hat. And he is just feeling like, I do not want to deal with any of this shit. The stain on his face when he realized what time it was and who was in the mall, it was just like a complete disconnect. Everybody that's in here, I want nothing to do with them. Nothing good can come from this generation. I need to get the hell out of here. And this really frustrates and angers him. And this rolls over until we, you know, get into that after church dinner. And we are sitting there and it's just like, what a rolls at? We did not get our rolls. I was very much so with Ernst's mom. Like, yeah, we paid for the rolls. We are getting them. You can really see the generational disconnect. We have Ern, you know, Mr. Money. Like, oh, it's nothing. Let's just go. It's just bread. Like, no, I was with Ernst's mom. It's my bread. I paid for it. It wasn't on the plate. I want it. There is so much unnecessary pushback in the restaurant to give bread that we paid for and didn't get. Well, you know, we don't normally give bread to go. Like, if you didn't get none, then you just ain't getting it. Go get the damn bread. Like, Ernst Dad gets so upset. And of course, this is festering from what happened to him in the mall. Just, you know, these kids today just go get the bread, son. Like, oh, we have Ern and Al, of course, sitting there, and this is just like, we don't want to be that. We don't want to be that this episode. The gist of this entire episode was just, we don't want to be that. If we have anything festering, whatever it is, let's get it out on the table and deal with it now as family, rather than try to deal with it later on or not at all. And now we are 62 and we are still mad as fuck at each other. Well, you guys, that was my review for Atlanta Season 4, Episode 4, Let's Get It In. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about it. This was one of the more slower episodes in comparison to the other ones that we got. Not that this episode was bad, it just slowed down a bit, but this was more so to show the family dysfunction as far as Al and Ern is concerned. And another thing that Ern may be running from. I'm not trying to end up like them. But you guys drop down and tell me what you thought about my review and what you thought about this episode. Please like and comment under this video. I look forward to reading them. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.